We are live, mate.
Superb. Welcome everybody to the first video on Isla's Claret Blue Army, which Frankie and I are now using instead of Claret Blue Army TV. I'm delighted to be joined by Isla's mum, Nicola, who is currently sat in hospital where Isla's just undergone an operation. Nick, how is she? What's happened today?
She's good. She was down a lot longer than we thought she'd be because they've biopsied her groin and behind her knee. The reason for that is to try and get some DNA of the cancer itself. But she's just come back and she's just waking up and she's really good.
Good. Has she got her watch it yet?
Not yet. She's not quite awake enough.
That's when you know she's really good, when she wants to.
Yeah.
So moving forward, Nick, obviously we're here now to help fundraise for you. It's what we're going to do. We're going to get this site done as Patreon so people can pay monthly for content, as we've said. You obviously know about that. You're going to help us and do videos and updates yourself for us to put out, obviously with Isla as well at times when you can. But people obviously need to know the story going forward. A lot of people know the past. They know what's happened, what we had. Now there's obviously not as much left, but we need to know now, or they need to know what's needed to move forward and to get Isla this treatment that she needs. And collectively, I promise you, we will do it. But we just need to know going forward rather than what's been, if that makes sense.
Sure. First of all, let me just say thank you for this. I really appreciate it. And I thank you to everybody that is supporting us now, has in the past and will in the future. Because without everyone pulling together, there is no way for us to get her the help that she needs. So I just want to say thank you first. But basically, obviously, the story of Isla is she got cancer at age 2. And we've been fighting ever since. We returned from Spain, where we were having private treatment in July. And she went on to a new trial that was in Southampton. And she was doing really well. And then on Christmas Eve, they said that actually, the cancer had progressed. And where she'd always had it in her bone, it's now actually soft tissue. It's behind her leg and one in her groin. She's still got less cancer than she had originally in August. But obviously, we're running low now on what treatments there is left. Because with this cancer, it becomes immune to things. So many chemos won't work. We now think maybe immunotherapy is something that might not be working. But there is new drugs out there. So that's one of the reasons we did the biopsy today. So there's a new drug that it's called an inhibitor. So basically it slows the growth of the cancer.
Yeah.
So we're waiting to see if that's something that can be used. But obviously,
is that available in the UK or just abroad?
So it's trialled. So at the moment there's no trials like that in London that I can get her on. So that's the reason we're going to start chemotherapy on Monday. We need to hold the cancer at bay. I can't get out of the country. I've tried to go to Spain. You can't even enter Spain at the moment. We could go to America, but we don't have the money. So at the moment, we're going to start with chemotherapy, and then, please God, that works. And we'll be open to more research and more treatments. But if not, it will be New York, and it is extremely expensive. I don't have an amount because I don't know what treatment there is. All I know is that we need to raise an awful lot of money to be able to open up the doors that she needs for the treatment. So basically, what I would say is I'm not going to put a limit on it this time. I'm just going to try and raise as much as I can so that no matter what, we have the money for the treatment.
Yeah, 100%. And what we will raise, we made this clear the other day in the video, and obviously you know yourself, whatever we raise per month, we will be doing a split 50% to you, because obviously you've still got your travel costs, accommodation costs for going away. Millie being in England, still obviously you've got to look after, and obviously the rest onto the Just Giving page, which we're setting a link up for, which obviously helps pay towards the treatment. You've obviously said there's no cap on the amount, which we respect, so we ain't going to stop. Until you tell us to stop, we ain't going to stop. And we will find a way to make sure we get enough to support what Isla needs. Obviously, Frankie's done all the social media stuff, the logos, etc., and set the page up, which we're both grateful for.
Yep, absolutely.
basically, we just want everybody to pull together now for you, because it's what's needed. You know, we've been there before. Unfortunately, with COVID and football stopping, it's not been pushed in people's faces. And sadly, with all respect, I think it's gone a little bit under the radar, and she's been forgotten in the nicest way. And I don't mean nasty to you at all. Agree. But it's time now and that's why we're going to do the content as much as we can, daily, every other day, twice a day if need be, to make sure people remember what she's going through, what you're all going through. So we're here to support you, and we will get you to where you need to be, I promise you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I just want to say quickly, with the Just Giving page, I've said it before, but it says that we've got 500 and something £1,000 on there, but we don't. Yeah. It only tells you what we've raised in full. It doesn't show you what's actually on there. There is only 162,000. Might be a little bit more now because we've had donations coming in over a few days. But that is all that's on there. The rest has already been spent for the medical costs. As I've said before, we didn't touch that money for our expenses of staying in Spain or rent, flights, or anything like that. We used our own money that we raised, and money I sold my business and so forth. So that money was only used for that, but there isn't 500 something thousand. There is only 162.
I think
I think people get a bit confused.
But I think everyone needs to not even worry about that page anymore. You know, this is a new beginning. This is a new chapter. This is something where we've got to look at it like, don't worry about what's on there. Don't worry about what's been raised in the past. And I know that was amazing. I'm not saying forget about what the people did, because what they did was fantastic. But it's actually all about, we need to start from the beginning again. We're starting from zero, level playing field, and it's go again now. So we need all of that momentum back. And I know some people can't afford certain amounts, but every little will help. But even if you can't contribute financially, if you know any contacts, if you have anybody who you can put in contact with us to spread the word and outreach, every little thing that people can do is going to make a massive difference to this journey that we're going on, getting people subscribing, getting people's awareness back. And we want to see that momentum like we had at the peak when it was before. And that's going to be even more difficult with the current climate in the world and the way that we are. But I've got no question that with everyone pulling together and the things that I've seen people do and the reaction we've had already, that we can do it. And it's just going to take a big effort from everyone.
Yeah. And obviously we're really grateful for that. And obviously we didn't fundraise much this year because we didn't need it, and we didn't want to ask people when, obviously, the state of the world at the moment, we didn't feel it was appropriate to be asking people for money. It's another reason we returned to the UK to take this trial, so that we didn't have to push it on everyone. But obviously now we need everyone to join in as much as they can. And as you said, it's not just about money. The share button, press the share button, you know, it makes a huge difference. We don't, even if you're having a clear out and you find some new stuff from Christmas, you know, that you didn't use, you know, we can raffle that. Maybe not on this page, but somewhere along the line, something can be used. It's just everyone pulling together, like you said they did at the beginning, and look how far we came. You know, they said 2.5 years ago that she would only have 3 months to live, and she's still here fighting, and that's because of you. All the people that have helped, you know, without you, we wouldn't be here, and that's the main thing. You know, I can't express that enough. How that makes you feel as a parent to know that many people care. And you know, we didn't have any huge companies give us money or anyone give us massive amounts. It was just normal people like us, you know, who have pulled together and worked really tirelessly to get the money. And that means more. Do you know what I mean? Like 50p from an old lady or a kid means so much to us, because we know that they don't really have that to spare. Do you know what I mean? It's not about getting 100 grand. Every single penny that's donated makes a difference, and it gets us to where we need to be.
100%, and all them 50p's add up, as you've said, and that's hitting that share button. You know, if you hit share button and 10% of your followers all had 50p, them 50p's become a good amount of money eventually, and that's more important than anyone just going there, oh, there's 100 quid, whatever. So that's what it's about now. We've got to get the word spread, and we will, Nick. I promise you, we will. It won't just be forgotten, and it wasn't ever forgotten. Don't think that. And she's never been forgotten. I think, just like you've said, the state of the world, it's just been difficult for people, but now it's time for us to work hard, and we will do it. I promise you. There's a comment there already that £50 on its way, and this will continue. I had a £50 donation made to me earlier on, and it will all go onto our page. And what we're going to do is at the end of every month, we will put a statement out of what money's come in, and 100% of the money that goes to us will go back out, obviously, to Isla. 50% to Nicola, as we said earlier, and 50% onto our Just Giving page to the link. Now, if we raffle something which is an item of yours, Nick, e.g. the Pele stuff we've done before, people, you need to know that money will go directly back to Nicola. That won't go on the Just Giving page because they're their items, and that's what therefore they've been gifted to them, so we'll be repaying them. As for everything else, it will be the split, as we've said, but certain things will go straight back to Nicola and the family because they're their items.
Even though we've not got a top level goal at the moment because we don't know where the situation is, there might be micro goals, and there might be something where, you know, you do want to go to America, we do need flights, we do need accommodation. If we do a quick fundraiser to meet that mini goal, that mini target, that all needs to go directly to Nicola, because you need that to start the journey and start the process. We don't want money locked away and locked up so you can't access it and you can't get what you need to do. So that's it. And I want everyone to be clear as well, this channel isn't about me and Baz. It's only about Isla. This isn't about egos. If someone wants to use this channel, if you want to log in, have a login. If you've got something you want to raffle off, come on here and use it. We want this to have such a following that anyone who wants to do anything for Isla can take this over and use it to get as much possible for what it is that you're doing, whether it be sponsorships, fundraising, whatever. It doesn't matter. This channel, anyone who's doing anything for Isla, this channel is yours. It's not mine, it's not Baz's, it's not anyone's. Your channel. Use this to generate as much power as possible to get behind the things that you're doing to raise as much as possible.
Yeah, bang on, mate. Well said. Well said. Well, we better let you get back to her in case she wakes up, and make sure you got your Wotsits ready, because I know she likes them.
I've got about 20 packets in my bag ready. But once again, just want to say thank you both. You're
welcome.
And to everyone. And I can't really express enough how much it means to us. You know what I mean? Because without you, we couldn't do it. But I just want to add one more thing about the money that comes back to us. It doesn't come to me. I spend all of it to either take Isla on days out, and everyone who knows me knows that Isla is very spoiled, you know, and I overcompensate for all the other things that she goes without with toys.
So you should.
And it's my way of making me feel better to see her happy for 5 minutes. So absolutely. I don't have a Louis Vuitton bag. I wish I did, but I don't. And I don't have my nails done or anything like that. All of it is spent on Isla, you know, and it is to live, you know, normal things. We don't go on holidays or anything unless it's for Isla.
And as well, I want to say, like, when
someone who's got something to say.
Yeah, of course, Nick, you know that, and I want to say as well, because people don't see it. I've been out to Spain with you at times, and those silly things, going on the tolls, 4 tolls a day, that adds up. 45 quid, 45 euros, whatever it may be a day. You know, no one sees them figures, and that's why everything I've ever done has gone to you. Now, with the treatment being abroad again, we need to make sure there's funds for that with the Just Giving balance low. So if we split it until there's enough money, when there's enough money, if you, like Frankie said, if you say, peeps, we need a bit of money here because we've got this to go, we've got to move accommodation out there, we're not going to say, oh no, we ain't doing that, we're only giving you 50% and 50 is going on there. And vice versa, if you say, look, we don't need money this month, but we need more for treatment, we can always swap it every month. It will be black and white, and it will be for everybody to see and put out there.
Absolutely.
So no one can ask any questions. For you, Nick, and for us. That's the main thing.
And that's exactly as I've always said to you, and I've had.
People
say, you don't have to explain yourself. I know I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to explain myself to anyone, but I like to be straight up, and I'll tell you anything you ask me, and anyone wants to question me, anything, I'm happy to answer. You might not like the answer that I'll give you, because I'm brutally honest, as you know, Baz. But, you know, at the end of the day, I ain't got nothing to hide. When you're putting yourself out there to ask people for money, you have to be completely upfront and honest. And everything, I'm happy to answer anything and show anything you need. Do you know what I mean? Because you'll always have someone, got hundreds of good people, but you'll always have one bad person who's got something 100%. To say. So on here, with this channel and everything, I am aware of everything that's going on. Everything that's raffled is completely legit. You know, Frankie and Baz, they've done nothing but help. So I just want to make that clear as well, so that you don't get no stick.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
So, but I'm just grateful to you. So
anytime. Anytime, that's what we're here for. And again, like if there's ever a time you want to come on and put a message out, as Frankie said to other people, this platform's here for you so people can see it. We will have the different levels of Patreon where people get everyday content, but then there'll be the top ones who go that little bit extra every month, who will get, as we said as well, if I'm going to give a rough figure because we haven't worked out exact prices yet, but if it was 50 quid a month, 10% of that 50 quid will go to you, Nick, of each one, to get Isla toys for while she's in hospital. I spoke to you about this. Maybe do a video when you can of her opening the blind bags and stuff on the bed. And you people that pay that bit more, you'll get to see that. And that's because of things you've done. And your money's helped the little and out in times like I've been there, I've witnessed it, and it's heartbreaking. I can't begin to imagine how you must feel, or your daughter, or Michael.
You know, them smiles can. You know, like you've got to make memories. Like we've been told that we're not naive in any way, shape, or form. We know we're running out of options, but if we can keep her going and she's healthy for as long as possible, we're just praying that something's going to come along that's going to work. You know.
Yeah.
But a good grace of life means more than anything. So yes, opening blind bags, making her smile that way, you know, that's what she loves to do. You know, that's what we love to see, and people will be making a difference because it makes a huge difference to her. You know, she loves it. So
well, that's what we're all here for, and we're all pulled the same way, and together we're stronger, and no one fights alone. So we're here for you.
Thank you.
No worries. Appreciate everybody's time. Please, again, as Frankie said, if you can't donate or anything, just hit that share button, subscribe button. If we can get this monetized, it's more money for Isla. Nothing will be given to me and Frankie. Everything is going straight back out to help Isla in her fight against neuroblastoma. Hit like, hit share, hit retweet, and we'd appreciate that. Nick, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Give her a big kiss for us, and I hope everything goes well.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers, Frankie.
Bye.
Bye.